What's up guys, Fusionx here, and today we're going to take a look at the trailer for patch 2.3 Defenders of Eorzea.
Know you of the Cartano Reclamation Bill? It is a proposal to annex the Cartano Flats so that refugees may establish permanent settlements.
When last I looked, that was disputed territory.
Aye, some might even call it a battlefield.
So it looks like the Doman refugees that came in the last patch are trying to find a place to settle. Unfortunately for them, the Cartano Flats right now has a lot of Allagan ruins in there that all of the city-states are fighting over. And so to prevent bloodshed, while allowing the pursuit of individual interests, the nations have agreed for civilized conflict. If you look here, it looks like there's maybe some territory control. You can see the kind of size of this whole area. It looks pretty cool. Next up, we have the Striking Tree with Ramuh, Lord of Levin. And if you listen, the vocals for this track are actually female. And if you remember back originally for Leviathan, Soken had made a female vocal track, but Yoshida had wanted it changed at the last minute because Leviathan is a male primal, and so he wanted male vocals. It sounds like they're going the opposite direction with this track. Real quick too here, if you look kind of around, there's little Ramuh kind of things with their little red wings. And of course we have the return of everybody's favorite gentleman, hero, inspector. We have Hildebrand here with a new wardrobe and a fish on his head over in Costa del Sol, along with some new Mandragoras. Maybe there'll be a new boss fight. Now we move on to the hunt, and if you look here, you'll see the wanted poster that pops up here. This one is for an elite mark named Fekta, somewhere in the North Shroud, and the reward for it is going to be 5,000 gil and 20 allied seals. All you 1.0 veterans out there might recognize this track that they're using for Hullbreaker Isle here. This is Horizon's Calling off the Before Meteor soundtrack. We have a monkey boss, giant ape, which looks pretty cool. We also have a bunch of new enemy types if you look closely. Some reskinned ones here as well. And if you look at the cliff here, that's actually the Har, that ship, which was the flagship of everybody's favorite pirate of legend, Mistbeard. And then if you look here, we have the boss here for Hullbreaker Isle, the Kraken type enemy, who apparently you fight his tentacles, and he can actually pick you up at parts of the fight and throw you to these other little land masses that are around here. So looks like something we haven't seen before, so should be really exciting. Next up, we have Stone Vigil Hard Mode. The Ishgardian forces are trying to reclaim this since it's vital to protecting Ishgard here. And so we go in and get to play with all the new, really cool looking enemy types. Here we have Tamtara Deepcroft. If you remember way back early on in the main scenario, you ran into a group of adventurers that were exploring in Gridania, and the leader of this party was killed because he ran out of the healer's range for the healing magic. And that adventurer was Aver, who was actually supposed to marry this healer, Edda. And if you look here, that head is actually Aver. She kept his head for some reason, and if you look on the ground here, you'll see Aver written in Eorzean, kind of circling around the battlefield. A little cryptic. Here we have private chambers. If you look, you'll see a bunch of new furnishing. All the way on the left on the wall, you'll see a portrait of Hildebrand and Nashu. In the middle, we have like a totem for chocobos. There's a globe, there's a goblin plushie on the right, there's the new Ramu furnishing piece. So lots of new furniture coming. And then we have chocobo raising. Not sure if these are going to be mini games that you control, or if they're going to be cutscenes, but using chocobo raising, we know that we'll be able to break the current cap and get to rank 11 with our companions. Now we have desynthesis. This guy's going to take a Bouge axe here, desynth it, and he will get 1 lumber and some shards out of it. We have a bunch of new recipes coming as well, which look like they're using primal weapons, giving them a new glow effect, new armor that's going to be glowing as well. Now we're getting into Circus Tower, the next part of Crystal Tower. This is Scylla here, the kind of hound humanoid boss. There's some new water serpent enemies around here too. If you look right here on the right, you'll actually see what looks like a reskin of Artron. As we climb the tower a little more, we'll get to this theater area where we're going to fight Amon. It's not Hein, it's Amon. All these bosses are pretty big. You can see some toads on the left there. And then we get to the boss of Circus Tower, who is Xandus. He is the Elegant Emperor, and what we've been kind of led to believe, the sole reason that the Crystal Tower exists was to pretty much keep him in a type of stasis or slumber so that he could be resurrected.
Voices of the forest. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Then we get into the main scenario here. We see Connie Senna, we see Ramu talking, we see this elven woman. We don't know who she is, very mysterious. We see the Sultana crying, looking very distraught, maybe because a revolution is happening. And then at the end here, we see a shot of the Asians and Elidibus with some kind of statue in the middle here, maybe Zodiac? And if that's not enough, here we get a look at this very large military force here, and we find out that it is indeed in Ishgard. There's the Archbishop right there. Super excited for the storyline with this patch to see their role. And there you have it. That is our look here at the trailer for patch 2.3 Defenders of Eorzea. Thanks for watching, and keep checking back to GamerEscape.com.